Hi, just thought I'd do a video on a couple of things I skipped over kind of quickly in the toolbox tour. The first one is the Astro Pneumatics booster jump starter. It's the tiny little pack here as well. You can see it's smaller than my hand, and my hand isn't very big. Cables that attach to it. It comes with a charger for the house to charge it. It also has a charger for the car. You can plug it in your cigarette lighter to recharge it. In the house it takes about an hour to 2 hours to charge maybe. And if you don't use it, that lasts about 6 months before it fades off. It'll still boost a car after 6 months, but it won't be fully charged. The car charger, I don't know how long it takes. I haven't used it yet. Multiple cables for recharging your cell phones of various types, laptops, all sorts of things, with different adapters for charging various things. I'll show you the booster itself, just a second here. It's hard to get it out with one hand. Alright, sorry about that. It's got a USB port on the side, a 12 volt output there, the input where you plug in the charger for it, either the car charger or the house charger. This is a 19 volt output. I'm not sure what exactly that'd be used for. Maybe laptops, I don't know. I've never used that. I strictly only used the USB port and the boosting function, which the booster cables plug in there. Only one way you can do it, so you can't do it wrong. If somehow you did manage to get that plug in there wrong, it would just beep. It's fail-safe. Or if you hooked up the positive to the negative, it won't harm anything. It'll just beep and a red light will come on. You can check the state of the charge by pushing this button here and holding it. Holding it turns on the light, as you see. And if you hold it again, okay, it's shut off. Just hold on a second. Be patient with me. It must need to be charged. I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, you can see it's down to 2. Normally if you push the battery once and hold it, the light comes on. You push it again, it does a strobe. You push it again, it beeps out SOS, flashes SOS. But yeah, I need to charge it. It's been a while since I've charged this one. When it's fully charged, it'll easily jump start at least 20 cars, one right after the other. It works awesome. Keep it in your glove box, under your seat, wherever. That's the number. The only thing wrong with it, I broke one of the clips on it, disconnecting it from battery after I boosted. Called Astro Pneumatics on their number, which is included in the instructions. I have those in my toolbox. They asked for my address, sent me out new cables, no charge, no problem, within a week. They're awesome to deal with. I've heard nothing but good things about them. It's really good. It's handy. You wouldn't believe such a small thing would boost a car. It'll boost a V8, it'll boost a 4-cylinder, motorcycle. It just works absolutely awesome. It blew me away. I'd seen a few reviews of it online, but didn't believe it until I tried it myself. My car had been sitting all winter, never drove it, went to move in summer, battery was stone dead. Nothing. Not even the interior light came on dimly, nothing at all. Hooked this up, vroom, fired right off. Excellent. I'd recommend it. I don't know how much it cost because it was actually a gift 2 years ago from my wife. At the time it was about 200 bucks. And I believe it's 200 cranking amps on this one. You can get them up to 400. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it doesn't say exactly. It's made in China, but I don't know. It's great. The Astro Pneumatics is one of the better ones I've ever heard of. I think they go for around 100 bucks now. Don't quote me. Could be wrong. Okay, the second thing I never showed in the toolbox tour was this, a lockpick set. It's made by a company called Goso. I don't know. It's the only one I've ever owned, so I can't compare it to anything else. It works for me. I mean, I read some instructions and some YouTube videos like everyone else. Comes with a variety of picks, tension bars, other tension bar, all sorts of different picks. I've tried most of the picks, and most of the techniques I've done is called raking. You basically just put it inside the lock and rake back and forth over the tumblers while keeping a slight tension with the tension rod. And I've managed to pick, first of all, they give you a see-through plastic lock that you can see the tumblers on. Hold on, let me see if it'll focus. Not so good. Anyway, you take the key out and of course practice with it. And you can see when the tumblers push the pins, when the pins are pushed in and it turns. It's a good way to practice and shows you how to do it really well. Once you get decent at that, I had a couple of old locks that I had no keys to. I managed to pick these within, I don't know, one of them was really old and rusty and sat out on my trailer. This one, for a couple of years, had no key to it. It just sat there. And so I sprayed it with some penetrating lubricant for a while and tried it. Didn't think I was going to be able to pick it because it wouldn't pop out even if I tried, if I had the key. It was tough to turn the tumbler, and finally I got enough penetrating fluid in there, and then I put some black lithium grease in there. Let that soak for a while, went out to pick it, popped it no problem. Took me maybe all of 2 minutes tops without even practicing picking locks for a while before. It popped right open. This one opens and closes fine. I picked that in probably 10 seconds. Really good kit, and it wasn't expensive at all. I think it was like 75 bucks on Amazon. It's, like I said, I can't compare it to other quality of picks, but I've never used them, but it works great for me. I've tried the house locks, the deadbolt, just about any lock I can find, and I managed to pick. It's really not that difficult. You watch some YouTube videos on it, and Bosnian Bill is a guy who has a set of videos, a series on lock picking and locksmithing. Really good. If you watch him, teaches you all sorts of techniques and reviews various pick sets. Really good. Like I said, 75 bucks on Amazon. If you're into this kind of thing, it's a fun hobby, and it can also be very useful, like getting this old lock off my trailer that I lost the key for rather than cutting it. I know I have a key, I have a set of keys for it somewhere, and I didn't want to just cut the lock because I know the key, the second I cut the lock, the key will turn up somewhere, and then I'll have keys and no lock. Now I have 2 locks, and somewhere the keys will turn up somewhere, or probably not now that I've picked them. But anyway, those are the 2 things I want to show you that I had in the toolbox and just kind of skipped over. So there you go. Thanks for watching my video.